This is the unboxing of my King hauler. It's 1/14 scale radio controlled tractor truck. Absolute realism, as they say. A lot of fun to build. Built a night hauler in the past. It's more like a Freightliner. This looks a lot like a Peterbilt. I say it looks like because it's not really. I'm going to take the cover off. I'm working by myself, so bear with me. Come back to the box. Here we go. The unboxing. We have the cab. I'm going to set that right up there. Eventually I'm going to cut this off right here, make a day cab out of it, remove the sleeper. I bought some orange and red paint. I'll be using that on the frame rail differentials and whatnot. We have our glass for the cab, if you will. We have our transmission box, which will be painted. We have our axles, which will be painted, our rear axles. We've got the chrome end caps, side steps, chrome end caps for the fuel tanks. Same thing on the other side. We have the fuel tanks, some side steps, brackets, rear view mirrors. Yeah, a lot of rear view mirror parts. That's our chrome bag. Down here we have chrome bag. We got the front bumper, rear bumper, splash guards, mud flaps. No plate that holds the switch, on and off switch. I do want to get an electronic motor control, multifunction control for it, so we'll see how that works out. Here we have the stacks, grab rails, front grille, air breather, headlight benzels, visor for over the roof. A lot of fun parts. Stick that all back over there like it was. Got our frame rails right here. Slide out the end. Of course, these are going to be painted. Either red or orange. I'm not really sure what color I'm going to go with yet. On this side, lift this up. This is the top of this box. We have the exhaust guards, transmission shafts, drive shafts, pinion gears, rings. Got our shock absorbers, our dog bone drive shafts. I won't be using this one because I did order a 4-to-1 gearbox for this. I like them to run nice and slow, better control. We have our front axle, our motor, and of course our 6, as always, pretty pink shock absorbers, which will be painted. I don't have a problem with pink, I just don't want pink shock absorbers again. So we've got frame cross members, which will be painted. Got the interior and the back door. Little cover on the top of the truck. Not sure what color I'm going to paint that. In here we have brackets. A lot of brackets for mounting the fuel tanks. We have parts for the fifth wheel, battery hold down. We've got U-bolt brackets. The suspension, lots of little parts. Imagine a lot of that's going to get painted as well. Got your fifth wheel plate, some of your fifth wheel brackets, whatnot. I wish I had a white background, but I don't. It is what it is. I do what I do. Right here we've got the body mount brackets, plates for the forward. I probably won't be using this once I cut the sleeper off. Of course, that's where the battery goes, so I'll have to figure all that out. And then if I get a multifunction control, I'll have to figure that out. Got more fifth wheel parts, got a lot of drive brackets for the servos. Probably won't be painting them. We have gears for the transmission. We have more gears for the transmission. We have the lens covers, clear, brake light lens covers, blinkers, all that. Over here we've got the five, I don't know. We've got 10 of the chrome wheels, plastic, of course. I'll come over here to this box, and this box has the tires. 8 of those, there's a couple more underneath. What do we got? We got parts bag A. It looks like nuts, bolts, a lot of that stuff. We got parts bag B. Parts bag B looks like shock absorber bolts to hold them into place. Got the nuts for the wheels and tires to hold those on. Blah blah blah. Lots of goodies. Parts bag C. A lot of E-clips, a lot of little chrome nuts. I usually use ice cube trays to dump these into. Keeps them organized a little easier to get to. We got some bolts and screws. We got the pins to hold down the battery and whatnot. No, it's really difficult to see. I'm doing the best I can. That was parts bag C. D, that was D. This is E. Just a lot of tiny little screws, the ball joints for the shift mechanism, steering mechanism. Got some washers in here. Parts bag E. Parts bag F probably has the most stuff in it. It's mostly screws. In fact, it's all screws. I see different lengths. I see machine screws and self-tapping screws. Alright, the stuff without letters on them. We have this bag here. It's part of your shock absorber bolts. We've got your, goes on the end of your transmission shaft for shifting the servo. We'll shift that. Lots of little parts in there. Let's see what we got here. We've got the body mount brackets along with the forks for the transmission to shift the gears. We have rear view mirror brackets. We have grab hold bars. We have these long bars here. Not exactly sure what they are yet, but I will figure them out. Over here we've got the little, I guess it would be a yoke on a regular drive shaft, but these are dog bone drive shafts. A lot of these I won't be using because I'll be using the 4-to-1 gearbox. And this little nut right here is what goes onto the drive shaft itself. This comes out to the tire and drives that. A lot of cool little parts. That's for the antenna and whatnot. Oops, I threw it back in. Supposed to be taking the stuff out. What do we got here? We have spring perches. We have shock absorber mounts. We have part of the differential itself, housing for the carrier. In here we got U-bolts. We've got the shift shaft for the transmission. We've got the upper part of the stack. A couple of bolts. Oh, these are little teeny tiny set screws for inside the transmission, holding everything into place. Over here we have, on this side, we have mud flaps, double-sided adhesive tape. On this side, it's kind of difficult to see, but we've got some springs in here for the transmission. We've got the little brackets that hold the rear view mirrors onto the bracket bars. We have a bag of bushings, which I won't be using because I have bearings. We have, looks like a tool bag. We got some grease. We got the lock pins. We got Allen wrenches and whatnot. We've got the ball end or like ball joint tie rod connectors type things there. I'm not sure exactly what to call them. The spacer for the motor. And let's see, we got a tube of thread lock. We have, the spider gears. Now, I was watching earlier. I'm going to lock my center axle. I'm going to put one gear in the wrong spot, and it's going to lock up that center axle. Less likely to get stuck, I hope. I do a little bit of off-road stuff. In here we have your fifth wheel parts. This black bracket right here is the suspension mount for the back side of it. The silver plates are the transmission plates on the ends of the transmission covers. And, oh, that's it. The box is empty. So that's all my stuff. That's what comes in the kit. I know the kit weighs 13.5 pounds when you buy it. When they ship it, Paint it red or orange, not sure which color yet. This is going to be the truck that I'm going to dedicate to use with my lowboy trailer that I'm building. Did a little bit of design on it. Did a little bit of work to it yesterday. I actually built the gooseneck yesterday. That's not the gooseneck I'll be using, but I put paint on it. I stuck the servos in there. The receiver and whatnot is all in. It's just sitting in there. Nothing's connected yet. Threw some red paint on it because it's sexy. This is the gooseneck I'll actually be using. Still have to paint it, figure out what I'm going to do with the servos and whatnot. But this is my video. Hope you enjoyed it. Thank you for watching. Have a good day.